everyone in Happy Time Zones. It's your bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Amalur Home Nostalgic, where I go through Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning and see if it still holds up. We are currently on Gluragon.
The hero of Mel St. Cher? I did not expect to find you in this damned swamp. We couldn't have picked a worse time to travel in the drowned forest. It's all these damn Mergen. We've arrived just in time for their spawning season. They're filling the swamp and tearing my men to pieces. I don't know how many Banshin are out there. I venture it's more than one. If you could lend us a hand and destroy any Banshin you find, I'd be forever grateful. Thank you.
Off to kill the Banshin!
From several nests to the west. Find the Banshin and destroy them. Be wary, they're always guarded by more Mergen. Take heed out there.
Alright. Status. I believe the drowned forest. Oh wait, no, it does not. Okay. So we have... Yeah, Gluragon is tiny. When you stop and think about it. It looks huge. Hi! Where did you come from? But it's really not. I'm just gonna do this. Clearly, you're not intelligent enough to survive. Nature's brutality and all. Alright. Okay, so there's two Banshin by one of the Prismere Chantries. Interesting. Hello. I see you. Anytime I can get a sneak attack on a Banshin is always appreciated. Alrighty then. What are you? Ooh, Stone of Winter.
Until one night, when nature changed its course, and Gadflow, like an errant thread frayed from the weave, took the crown from Mathon's head. A joke, he said. A joke. And the court swayed in laughter. For Gadflow's was often like the mockingbird, with many calls, but none of his own. He placed the crown upon his head, and smiling, took a crimson sword. He betrayed the Fae with a swing of his newfound freedom.
Okay. I should talk to you and at the very least get your quest.
Have you perchance once met an Almain around here named Deod Dungaris? The damned fool got himself dragged off by Murgan. I am on an important mission for Templar Julius Maven. He sent me to recover an artifact from Bunlock, this hulking castle here. Things haven't gone entirely to plan. I got stuck in Melsenshire for what seemed like an eternity. And now Murgan have run off
Peter, hello. How you doing?
me out for a bit. I'll pay you for your time.
I did not get the best sleep, but I will make do.
Great. First, please retrieve my pack from those Murgan. Deod was carrying it when he was captured, and it contains the key to the castle. I'll meet you at the entrance to Bunlock once you've retrieved it.
Alright. Let us just assassin. Hey! Why did this boggart just decide to... Ooh, I hope your chilling goes well. And yeah, this game, it's definitely an interesting one. As you can see, I've already done quite a bit. All of these markers are places I've discovered. It's what I call limited open world game. While you can technically go a lot of places and do a lot of things, you can't you can't head over to Cluricon, which is where I am now, until you tackle pretty much everything everything main quest wise on the mainland of over here. You can't get to Gallows End, which is over here, until you're at least level 10, and you need a quest to access the Teeth of Naros. You can't even get to Mithros until after you've beaten the game. Yeah, it's a pretty big game. Let me just assassinate you, please. Haha! Uh-oh. This is the game that got me into gaming when I was little. Yeah, no, there is no multiplayer in this one. It's a fantasy action-adventure RPG. I'm going through right now and seeing if it still holds up. I'm being a lot more analytical than I have in the than I was in the past. And so far it is still holding up pretty well.
They come to take our land. But all that they find here shall be death. Fight all your life, boy. Carry on when you are dust.
As I said before, keep preaching, Gadflow. Soon there will be no one to hear you.
You struggle against the force of a simple army. How will you fare, I wonder, against the power of a god? Of course you aren't. You may be a foolish, unclean sin against the natural order, but I'll grant that you're no coward. The only solution is for you to be cleansed when Tiernok the Merciful comes to our world. Soon.
I will grant that though he's a fool, he's not an idiot. Fool in multiple senses of the word, actually. Stone of Chloricon, alright. I still want to... go down and around. That's just so I can get back here quickly. Pardon. Don't know where that hiccup came from. Hopefully it was the only one. You can never tell with hiccups. Sprites. No champions. Interesting. Sprites are easily one of the best enemy types I've fought in gaming. Just period. Unlike with a lot of enemy types, there aren't just stronger variants. The stronger variants of the sprites actually buff the weaker variants. Which means that every single encounter can go completely different depending on what sprites you encounter. A lot of the enemy types in this game are actually built to work off of one another. Sprites are the most obvious, but boggarts are sort of designed to work with threshes. Brownies and cruducks in lore come in a pair, and they do work well together as well. Wolves and bandits are quite often seen together. Or actually, wolves are quite often seen with a lot of different enemy types. And of course, we've got the Mergen and the Banshane. In general, I just think that that's really cool. Worse than mine. I'll take those. I should explore the rest of the Drowned Forest. Then probably head into the crypt. Pivot from the crypt into Sanctuary Grotto, because I don't think Sanctuary Grotto actually uses any quests. Or is used by any quests. Where to go from there? Hi. You are quite foolish. Of course, you do get some enemy types that just aren't really designed to work against or to work with others. Trolls, I'm pretty sure, are designed to work by themselves. Barghests. They might be. Barghests might be designed to work with the Bolgans, actually, but we don't really see too much in the way of Bolgans. First time you can run into a Bolgan is Erythel. But synergy is such an important thing when it comes to enemy design. Or, well, encounter design. That I have to give props. Or I have to give props when it's done well. There's a lot of boss enemies, particularly in Souls, where they're designed around each other. But that doesn't tend to extend to normal field enemies. This game's bosses are, generally speaking, a joke. But the regular enemies, even when I do find them a little annoying, are kind of brilliant. You... Let's just do that, since you're the one that's actually already down. Did you just heal? No, okay. You just got far enough away that... or from your spawn that you wanted to return home. Valid, I suppose. I guess that's valid. Guess we're fighting another Thresh. Why are there so many of you here? This is like the third. And then I can sort of go just along the wall to get back. Turn that in. Head to the crypt. I'm not gonna go back to Foe's Hearth for a little while.
Who dares to stand against Tirnoch? Strike her down and salt the earth of her grave. Nothing may live lest Tirnoch commands it.
I'm just gonna be a little cheeky and do this. You're a mage. Oh, no, you're not. And let's get rid of that.
Before the whirlwind of Tirnoch.
Someone's clearly never heard his butterfly effect. And I suppose a hurricane would cause an even greater change. Oh, Pankosi, hello! Thank you for the lurk!
There is no winning for you. Only death. Yes. But death as you define it means little to us. The great cycle returns, each to offer as to offer again. And every time they do, Tirnoch gets stronger. Soon,
Thank you. I hope you have an excellent day.
you will witness her power personally, and it will be the last thing your mortal flesh shall ever feel.
Anyway, Madman's ravings aside, let us move on. Where? Turn in spawning pools. So I want to get back here. Then I'm heading to the crypt, then to Sanctuary Grotto, and then to Bone Lock. I don't care about fighting the Mergen right now. I should probably actually get this connecting point. Because the connecting, this leads sort of back to Baelor's Crossing. Right, Niskaru. Ow! Stop it! You... Fire may do more damage, but ice slows you down. And you're resistant to fire anyway. Are those Mitharan? I can't tell. Genuinely can't tell. Oh well. I'll take a few more steps forward just to get the rest of this on the map and see if there's a lore stone. There should not be a lore stone. And then I turn back around. Yeah, no lore stone. Alright. Back to the camp to turn in the Mergen quest, then into the crypt. Finish up the Drowned Forest, and then I'll actually start on some of the Caelid Coast side quests. I will probably wind up finishing Cluricon today, or at least the main story of Cluricon. House of Sorrows isn't that long, but I should really wait to complete it. You.
Stranger. The Mergen numbers have already decreased. Thank you. Now we can press forward and drive the damned Tuatha back into their hole. Take this. It's not much, but I hope it helps somehow. Take heed out there.
Greetings,
Save. And then off into the crypt. Because the crypt is literally right here. Why are you out? The crypt crypt is far more defensible than just a camp in the middle of nowhere. Why are you not hunkered down in here? We're just gonna... I do kind of wish that the, or more encounters were designed with the sprites in mind. Because we don't really get a lot of situations where there's a bunch of champions and a bunch of normal sprites. Hi. No, I don't want a hug. What are you? Take those, I suppose. And then you. I'm debating on how I want to do Mithros. I legitimately might just rush the main quest for Mithros and then go back through and do everything else afterwards. Because I wasn't kidding when I said that the way that you're expected to do it sort of wastes... It's sort of wasteful.
You are Bizerain's catspaw, then? I knew he had let a mortal into the house's ranks. But this is who he sends to do his dirty work. Fie on him. You may return me to the cycle, but if you ever see your master, tell him this. He will never get his hands on the sorrows. All of us, will stop him.
My guy, if you weren't so hostile, maybe we could have talked this out. Wait, what's going on with the laptop? Alright. I actually think I'm gonna wait for much more, if any, blacksmithing. With the exception of maybe making myself some chest armor. Reason being, there's some pretty impressive stuff in Mithros, and... Pardon. If I make things with the intention of just throwing it away... that really is wasteful. Especially considering Mithros is designed to make you throw your equipment away. After a certain point in the Mithros main quest, you unlock mini dungeons. These mini dungeons have a lot of stuff in them, and they unlock new weapons, or new weapon types. No, well, new weapon tiers, not types. Problem. What you're able to make as far as those weapon tiers go upgrades, I think, quite literally every single mini dungeon. So if you wait till the end to do all of that, you have nothing to use the strongest weapons on. Hi. So I'm considering just rushing the Mithros main quest to start with. And then after I unlock the maximum tiers of the new weapons, then I go back and do all the side quests. I can tackle 2 plague bearers. I haven't gotten a disease since Died in Hell. Which is actually kind of a crazy thing to think about. Disease potion, or cure disease potions, or purification potions, or whatever they call them, fall off hard. Especially if you are a character that tends to fight more ranged. Absolutely not. You zealots explode. I do not want to be cursplodied. Like that. I can dismantle that. There's something over here I should investigate just to make sure I'm not missing any lore stones or anything. Though I doubt I'm missing any lore stones. Alright, nothing here. You get to live. And then I just run past the zealot. Yeah, this crypt would have been a much better place for that Alfar camp to set up. Why didn't they? Sure, there's thorns everywhere, but that's just Cluricon. And some parts of Dalentarth, actually. We cleared this part because I genuinely don't think this is used in anything. Most caves and such have a quest that uses them. I don't think this one does. That I don't even use. Ooh. I will gladly take the Mitharan materials. Hi, both of you have shields. I am not about to mess with the two that have shields. At least not normally. Why are you here? What are you? So far, every region except for, that is a lot of Mergen pods. Actually, wait, did the tier have anything that was used in a quest? That was used in a quest. Quest. All of this was quest. Quest. Also quest. Yeah, aside from Detir, Gallows End, and arguably the Teeth of Naros, everything was used in a quest. Well, actually, arguably, Gallows End too, because Siren's Den doesn't necessarily correlate to a quest. Sure, you're more likely to wind up facing the guy that attacked the woman trying to save her husband, or while trying to save the lady's husband in Siren's Den. But it's actually possible to corner them outside of Siren's Den if you're fast enough. I should head back to Melsenshire. After I finish exploring this place, of course. That's Mitharan. Yeah, I can't think of a single dungeon in the tier, mini or otherwise, that wasn't used for a quest. They were all quest related somehow. Get back here so I can assassinate you. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. We don't play with Bulgan brutes. The brutes and the Beastmasters are the worst. I mean, they're not as bad as Crudux, which is saying something, but they are very defensive. You're not getting past their shield if they manage to block your attacks. Anyway, head back to Melsenshire and then pivot into artifacts and castles. From there, I'll head down into the Caelid Coast and get started on some of that stuff. considering that there's somewhere down here that's going to require a lot of backtracking anyway, I can sort of just press on and then get my... or finish up the other quests on the way. Or, well, on the return trips. Sea-Watch is almost a better hub than Melsenshire. Once you finish the Sea-Watch quest line, it is almost a better hub than Melsenshire. But Melsenshire has everything you could want, or actually it might be better if you use alchemy. For alchemy specifically, Melsenshire is probably better. Or Sea-Watch is probably better.
You've got plenty of coin.
Actually, wait, hang on. I bought the backpack from one of you, right?
Back again.
Hale, interested in it?
Right? Yes. No.
Trinket origin. Another time then.
Yeah, if you just do sage crafting and blacksmithing, this area is better. Sea-Watch is better if you also use alchemy. It was protection and physical, right? No. Poison? Hang on. Strength and shards. Just spam click through this. Oh dear. Why do I have so many shards? Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. Now, was it... Okay. Fair enough. It's too physical for the best epic gem in the game. At least I think it's the best. I'll have to check when I actually get chaos shards. Oh dear. Because chaos shards are what unlock... There's something that unlocks later. And actually, if I am going to be... Let's do that. Flawless Enchanted. Pardon? Armor. Yeah, that one's better offensively too. Aw, nothing to salvage. A shame. I can't remember exactly what chaos shards do. It says something though that I'm already prepping for the endgame DLC. What am I doing? I'm not going to be making myself new anything until I get much later. That's not going to be very helpful. That I'm not going to use. Alright, let's collect this, and then after it's done, talk to that lady.
The Tuatha have brought war to the Winter Fae. They bring us all into this conflict and turn the Court of Winter into some engine of war. But the House of Sorrows would not join. They resisted. They were the sole embodiment of all winter, all that was great and unique about our people. It could not be so easily discarded.
Excellent. You found my pack, and the key to Bunlock. It's still here. Good. Now we just need to find that artifact. A shame about poor Deod. He was a steadfast worker, and I never heard a complaint out of him. Oh well, these things happen. I'll meet you inside, and we'll begin our search for the artifact.
And we go. Hold on. How many Cluricon lorestones do I still have? 1. Okay. And I have 6 more winter to find. I think a bulk, or a good bulk of, or not the bulk of, but at least a decent chunk of winter stones are going to be in Alabastra. I know exactly where the Bale ones are. Amara is obviously going to be in Amara, and Alabastra is probably going to be all around Alabastra. The Amara ones are going to have to be here. Bale is something you reach as part of the main quest. So that leads literally everywhere else for the last 10 lore stones. Or 10-ish. I'm assuming it's 10 lore stones, because I can't imagine that we aren't going to find a single other... We're probably going to find at least 1 more Stone of Winter in the Caelid Coast. Hey now. There we go. Grab that. Over here.
Don't stop now.
Can you not? Anyway. Collect that. There's probably a false wall there that I just couldn't access. One of those return trip walls from the sounds of it. Or most likely. Hello? I want to know what Mergen tridents are made out of. Because they spawn like, outright spawn with their tridents just fully formed. Are the tridents technically part of the Mergen? Like, is that how that works? Okay, so this is completely disconnected. Hololog, chest, elite Mergen, elite Mergen. Okay. Give me your rivets. Why are you alive? I completely decimated the rest of your little group there. Why are you alive? I do not like when you are alive. Oh well. You're dead now, so it's not like it was much of a bother. Alright. I'm gonna go the long way just because things and stuff. Oh, let's not forget stuff and things. Collect that. Okay, so that's why I didn't run into a Mergen yet. Only thing worth grabbing there was the Prismere pick. Hi. And now I go in here. Actually, I should probably just beeline for Sea Watch. Pick up the Enceladal quest and the, There's a couple quests I should pick up. But by and large, I think I should just beeline it for Sea Watch. Because Sea Watch does actually pivot into a few other quests. Essentially acting like a chain reaction that starts with the Ancella quest. Or, well, Enceladal. Why Bucks?
That's it? Not very impressive, is it? I wonder what's inside. Doesn't look like we'll be able to get it open, but my employer might. Here is your reward, as promised. If you'll excuse me, I don't want to linger here.
There very simple quest, that. I do appreciate that they at least tried to spice things up with the quests in this game. I just went the long way. When it comes to action-adventure RPGs, most quests are going to be go here, kill this, go there, collect that, maybe pass a persuasion check or two. But this one, they do try to at least make it a little different by having you escort characters occasionally. Most quests have 2 or 3 different ways you can go about completing them, at least in the early game. They sort of get away from that here. Or, well, they sort of get away from that in Cluricon. But there's still alternative ways to go about things. Alright. Your quest I should do.
Hail, adventurer. I am Bruin the Bard, spinner of stories, seeker of adventure. Allow me to welcome you to the Caelid Coast, haven to the wise and wicked. These brave soldiers, the finest of the Alfar armies. They escorted me all the way from Melsenshire to these verdant lands. Alas, our journey together has come to an end. But there is still adventure to be had, so join me. If not, then I bid you fair warning. Your journey shall be far less exciting without this storyteller at hand. Ah, yes. It has been nearly a decade since I have told tales for an audience, and I seek to reclaim that trade. These soldiers have been of no help. Fight, fight, fight. That's all they think about. So please, let me regale you with tales of the Caelid Coast. I will make sure your time is well spent, and there may even be a twist at the end. I had a good feeling about you. Someone who cherishes a good story. Let us proceed. The first stop on our tour begins across the bridge behind me. Alas, there is one small problem. That area is favored by our enemies. If you can clear the area of them, I will follow and join you.
But let me just sell my junk. I am going to come over here and collect this first, because lore stones are the greatest. Bitch!
Through the woods and mountainside, through the hollows and green meadow, through the summer, winter, day and night, through the hallowed halls of seasons and song, through the vengeance, pride and sorrow, echo the footfalls of the greaves of the Fey Hunter.
Hi, Morgan. Okay, so where... Perhaps I should have actually just gone the normal way. One moment. I wanted the lore stone. I don't think I can actually mess this quest up, but I still should probably follow the path for it. I can come back and collect some stuff later.
Fledgling hunter by the looks of it. What's someone...
Oh, this guy! I forgot about this guy!
Don't you know this is Bolgan country? Those red devils are really digging in. I've slain many on my hunt for Chernabog.
The scars don't give me away? Ha! You're probably the first person in recorded history not to recognize the mighty Alof the Hunter. Usually my reputation precedes me. As for why I am here in this muggy puddle of piss, I intend to conquer Chernobog, the mighty Bolgan, and win his eye as my trophy. But first he must be summoned, for he won't just face any foe, you know. Only those he deems worthy to smite with his blade. Ha! You're certainly welcome to try, but I'm afraid he'll be much too dead by the time I finish with him. Besides, you still have the offering to consider. Chernobog will only battle those who can prove their ferocity. It is his way of swatting away the flies who don't offer enough of a thrill for his fiery blood. If you can collect the eyes of 10 Bolgans, then you are clearly a warrior who deserves a reckoning. Set the eyes upon Chernobog's war lanterns and the beast will emerge. Goodbye.
Okay. Good thing I went and grabbed that, because otherwise I'd have been like, fuck, where's my Bolgans? Okay. Ha, another lore stone. Let me just sneak over here.
The Tuatha have forced their war upon us. They eagerly cut through mortal flesh and mortal bone, and as a reminder of their butchery, they display these mortal corpses throughout the land, turning sanctity into putrescence. The bodies remain on our ground and on our gallows tree, bloated and corrupt.
Alright, you... water. I'm just gonna take out you. That works. I guess if I can manage 2 for 1, that more than works. I'll take it.
Excellent work. You are clearly much more proficient in the ways of war than most visitors of the Caelid Coast, even the soldiers. It would be my great pleasure. Picture it. 10 years ago, the rising sun, a lingering fog. Somewhere in the forest are screams, the cries of battle. Then, silence. It happened here upon this site. The ambush of Gorn Akri. It is here on this spot where the Bolgan drew first blood, killing Lord Erengastir, his son, and their squires during their morning ride. Let us move on, shall we? And if you don't mind, there are more beasts to attend to ahead. Goodbye.
Alright. I'm gonna have to run around looking for the lore stones, because I only have 1 Caelid Coast one. I'm assuming there's 1 more winter in Cluricon and the rest are going to be in Alabastra. I could be wrong about that. Fall, I think I know where at least 1 of them is. And I know that there's a couple in Arathi Ruins in Alabastra. Like, fall and winter, you can't actually complete until later. I need Bolgans. Let's not go down there just yet. I believe Damel... I can't remember what, but I believe Damel Rock is actually used for Hold up, why did you appear... Ma'am? Actually, wait. Okay, okay. Never mind, I answered my own question. I forgot about a step in the House of Sorrows questline. Damel Rock is used, but also the Fallen Hall is also used. Mergen. I believe it's Fallen Hall first and then Damel Rock. Oh, more Mergens. Or, actually wait, no, I think the plural is still just Mergen. Alright, come on. I will gladly rid myself of you. Sneaky, sneaky. Rude. Okay. There we go. Hang on a second, let me get over here. Never mind.
You have done it. You have rid the gates of the Bolgan. As promised, I have another tale to be told.
I'm just looking for lore stones.
The very first Eren Gastir arrived here generations ago from Mel Senshir, before the final tower was raised. When the great giants of Cluracan were but saplings, on that very first morning of his arrival, while the sun ascended the sky, Gastir scaled the heights and saw below him the great keep of the merchant Ancilla. Gastir could not bear such an intrusion on his new ancestral homeland, and swore an oath. By right of mine, and sword in hand, I will not forsake our native land. Now that you've seen Castle Gastir, we should move on to the final stop on our journey. The last thing I want to show you is near the coast, on the cliffs overlooking the sea. It's the best story yet, but again, it must be freed of Bolgan. Goodbye.
Alright. Wait, how many Bolgan eyes do I have? 6. Okay. This will bring me up to 8. Why did I not junk? And then I need to find 2 more Bolgans. Okay, there's a Brute and a Thug over here, along with a Barghest. And then I can head back over to this idiot. Is this Caelid Coast? Alright.
Hello. There. You've cleansed this place of the Bolgan. I shall tell you the last tale. The best of the lot. Believe me, these cliffs were made for my story. I've told the tale of the first Erengustir, he who discovered these lands. And I've told the tale of his descendant, the last Erengustir, he who lost these lands. My final tale is that this last lord took a young mistress to his bed, a servant named Wilda Brandon. They had a child he refused to claim as his own. To assuage his guilt, he wrote a royal letter in which he decreed to her and the child great wealth. Rather than take that letter, she took her own life. Yeah, that woman was my mother. Hear me, friend. I do not have much, but I will offer you all that I have to find me that letter. The letter that broke my mother's heart. Friends? Yes. I suppose we are friends. I'm not sure where to look for Father's letter. Father. Strange to call him that. I would think he'd keep it near, lest such revelations be discovered. The castle. That would make some sense, wouldn't it? I'll be back at camp. Be careful. I'd feel terrible if anything happened to you.
It's not likely that anything serious is going to happen to me.
The hunter runs. The hunter runs. Swiftly, swiftly for our lives. A mortal skirt of chain. A mesh of links forged in secret. The hunter runs. The hunter runs. In the tosses of the Fey Hunter.
Alright. After this and the Chernobog quest, I'll head down into the lower coast, or southern coast. Hi, person. Why, person? Or at the very least, quest? No, person! Why person?
After all this time, I just assumed Enodon had abandoned me, that there was no justice left in this world. But here before me stands the hero of Melson Shear, in the skin, fresh from the Baelor's bloodying. And it appears my prayers have been answered. Tell me.
Another person I forgot existed.
Left honored one. A Tuatha priest named Rassanon has captured this keep. I am sworn to destroy him, for it was he who deposed House Gestir and stole their ancestral home. For 10 long years he has lived as a lord, hiding high in the royal quarters where none can reach him. At least, not without help. You see, I am Hilared Gastir, descendant of Lord Erengustir and last of my family line. This castle and all within it belong to me. You will be rewarded, my friend. We Gastirs have long memories of both our friends and our enemies. Come. Rassanon knows I cannot pass through his gauntlet alone, but together we can avenge Castle Gastir. Yes, I remember Brune. He was kind, silly. There weren't many like him in the court. When everyone else was so grim, Brune and his heart never ceased singing. I wonder how he fares now. Hurry.
Prismere Troll, a bunch of Bolgans. Okay. Damn it, lady.
What do you need to know? Hurry.
I'm gonna have to come back through and loot later. She's on a mission. I can at the very least pick off this guy from behind. Oh dear. Okay, how about we don't? How about we just don't? Trolls were not designed to work with anything, so if they show up in a group, you're just in a bind. Lady, can you slow down? You little shit! Alright. Actually, I'm not even sure I care enough about the loot. Strange how you can call this place your ancestral home when it's the fair folk that first came to live here.
It's not far now.
You can back right off. I believe it's specifically this way. Nope, it's the other one. Detect hidden... Or, well, not detect hidden, but map for the win. Oh, and we can just go right past. That is nice. There's genuinely no point in fighting most of this stuff. I'm just glad she stopped going ahead. Alright, I might have messed up by using my fate earlier. What the? Why, Lianchi? Why Lianchi?
didn't even seem to remember me. I've given my life to finding and killing Rassilon, and he probably didn't even understand why. But now the quest is ended, here, at home. I want you to have everything of mine as a reward, and to help me forget the many years of tragedy that led me to this end. Now go. I need rest. I deserve rest.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure it's alchemy and lockpicking that are the last two. And I'm actually capped at this level. I think I'm capped at my current level until later. I can't get any more experience. So if you do literally everything up until this point, you hit the level cap in the Caelid Coast. I kind of want to know what this castle looked like 10 years ago. Like, 10 years is not enough time for this to happen. Not without a ton of magic, anyway. Which I suppose there is a ton of magic in this world. Anyway, we leave. I'll dismantle all of that. And off we go. Okay. I am, however, going to eat a couple essences of fate. An essence of fate.
You have gone through much to bring me this, only to watch it destroyed. But it must be done. Understand? This letter proves that I am an heir to Gastir, and an heir to his heartlessness. He gave my mother everything, and all she wanted was his love. Now, she's gone. You are my friend. You may not agree, but that is what I choose to believe. You have helped me more than anyone has. I will remember you. I hope you will remember me. She may be the only one truly worthy of the Gastir name, superior to her father in every way. I remember Hill. She and I used to play together in the courtyard. I try not to think of her as a sister. It makes matters all the more confusing. Goodbye.
And off we go. Summon Chernabog. Probably watch this dumbass get killed. I can't remember if it's possible to save this guy or not. Okay, so he was supposed to die. He was very clearly supposed to die, and I just interrupted the script. Okay. There are some NPCs that, because they're scripted to die, don't have dialogue after a certain point. So if you interrupt that, they're just there for no reason. I think I got... There might be, like, here or all the way over here. There might be a lore stone, but I don't think so. Alright, off we go. Hello, Tuatha. Goodbye, Tuatha.
Like the gilded ghosts of youth, the curving plates of fey-like scrolls decorate the life's guard of this impostor. It says, "I am like you, Fey Spirit," and shimmers with a brilliant gleam. This cuirass of the Fey Hunter.
I might have to go back into the, into Castle Gustier for the Enceladals. I don't think I will, but I might.
Oh, damn humidity.
Blessed Lyria, I know you. That's right. The last time I saw you was when you dangled from the Baylor like a drop of spittle on a Bolgan's chin. Mercy, the hero of Melson Shear. I'd know the face anywhere. Let me guess. The army has you out here on a special mission? Me, I'm just trying to live through the night, trying to find a bit of time to myself. Explore. Really? You know where we are, don't you? This is the Caelid Coast, land of the Alfar Lords. Ancilla and Gastier, the Southern Lights, the Lady's Children? You really don't know, do you? This land is home to many mysteries, and supposedly many treasures as well. My favorite? The Lady's Children. They're a collection of frond-leaf dolls, very rare, very valuable. Legend says they were lost in the invasion. I'd go out in search of them, but duty calls. You would do that? Even with all the other, more pressing matters at hand? My sister is not...
I will agree to the most random of stuff. Or most random of things.
That the dolls were last seen in Lady Ancilla's hands when her family was murdered. So I was just going to look around the ruins.
Hello.
What? I forget what you...
Don't be afraid. I know who you are, and this is a safe place.
What's your quest?
I am Captain Droon Ancilla, great-great-grandson of Clary Ancilla, and heir to the Caelid Coast. Unlike the Tuatha, I am a gracious host. Please.
Okay, that kind of respects the shade.
Anything we have to offer is yours. I've fought countless battles and survived an interminable siege to return to my native land. Nostalgia does not drive me. I am here for what's rightfully mine. But taking my place on the throne will not be easy. Before he died,
My father hid the symbols of his station so they would not be stolen. I speak of the famous Seal of Ancilla and the verdant blades, my father's royal medallion and war chakrams. Without them, I am nothing but a soldier. I was hoping you'd volunteer. Getting the heirlooms will be a challenge. You see, they are held in a family lockbox, the key to which is not in my possession. As for the key, I made a mistake. I was young, foolish. The night before the Bolgan came, I gave the key to a girl. She was... how can I put this? My childhood love. Her name is Hilared Gastier. Yes, a Gastier. The sworn enemy of...
Okay, so it was this quest that made me have to go back there.
I meant to show her what she meant to me. But now, she has what I need. If you can convince Hilared to give you the key, you will need to retrieve the items from the lockbox in the old family fortress of Seawatch to the east. Good luck. Goodbye.
Okay, so there's like 2 different quests that take you to Seawatch, because Seawatch also has an Ancilla doll, and if I'm remembering correctly, it also has one of Till's books. They wanted to make damn sure you were going to Seawatch at some point if you picked up side quests. Let's go talk to Hilared again. Because I don't want to have to backtrack here later. This is already more backtracking than I'd like, considering she's all the way at the end of the dungeon now. But, oh well. Perhaps I should have gone and collected all of the, quests before I actually did any of them. I just forgot that Brune's quest took me in here. The ironic part is, if Hilared knew that Brune was biologically her brother, she would probably welcome him with open arms. Knowing that he probably sees her, he probably had a childhood crush on her, honestly, considering his I try not to think of her as a sister line. But I feel like that awkwardness would pass. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with emotions. It's how you deal with them. You can't help what you feel. You can help how you go about expressing it, or whether you express it at all. You. I need your key.
This old keep will need some sprucing up. But at least Rassinon's boots will note my days of blades and battles are behind me. Did you say the Ancilla key? Why, yes, of course I have it. In 10 years, I've never let it leave my sight. Are you saying that Drune is alive? That he's here? Wait, this could be a trick. How do I know you're not here to seize the Gastier domain just as I'm about to win it back?
Ma'am, I just helped you clear out this castle.
Drune, I'd never forget. Our families stoked such hate. I could never hate Droon. He was the reason I wanted to survive the Bogan, to come back, start over. Take the key, give it to Droon. Send him good wishes. Perhaps when all of this is over, he and I can resume our friendship. Farewell.
Alright, I was worried I'd have to pick the picker pockets. And what would the Ancilla lockbox have to do with the freaking Gastiers anyway? That's not a Gastier inheritance. Yeah, her accusation there made absolutely no sense. How could I be... It's a key to an Ancilla box, not a Gastier box, so how could I be going to steal the Gastier anything out from under her? Make it make sense, game! Alright. Why did that change on me? I wanted the lady's children. I'm not gonna go into any buildings just yet. Because I need to run around. Yeah. Okay, so there's... Oh, the till book is in there. Brilliant. Okay. The Sea Watch quest gets you a till book if you progress through it, but there is not a tills book in Sea Watch itself. Good to know, good to know, good to know. I don't know if you're a Winter or a Caelid Coast Stone, but I will take you regardless.
The strength of contempt, fear, and hate courses through the rushing veins to the very fingertips. The instruments of war are readied, light in the grip, and machinations of the gauntlets of the Fey Hunter.
You, I believe, are a lockpicking teacher.
Oh, wait. You're not going to tell anyone about me, are you? Not that I've done anything wrong, mind you. I just didn't have the will to fight anymore. So I stopped. Fighting, that is. Private Elia Madmere reporting for duty. No, I am not fooling anyone. Listen, I've got some useful skills to trade.
Lockpicking, yep.
My little secret hushed. Lockpicking through silence or gold.
Master lockpicking trainer at that. I will take that. Okay, yeah. Pretty sure that the alchemy trainer is master. There is a lore stone like right over here that I can get relatively easily, I believe. And then I'm going to check to see if that glitch is still there. Actually, I should save here twice. Just in case.
Run!
Yep, the glitch is still here. Okay. If she runs up to you and talks to you, you can no longer continue, and you haven't gotten to the point in the main quest where you have to come down here. You can no longer continue the main quest. It just completely breaks it. If she spawns in... if that lady spawns in, you've broken your game. Which is annoying, but oh well. Just means you have to be careful not to go over there until you've completed up to that point in the main quest. There we go. There's an Enceladol, Burn, and the Blades in the Seal. Which Burn starts us off on the Sea-Watch questline. Which gets me quite a few things, actually. Take those. And then talk, or well, no, I believe it's actually in this over here, question mark? Or is it not? Perhaps it's like way behind Burn. It's in the bookshelf for some reason. Alright then. Hi.
How can I ever begin to thank you? What an ordeal that was. Quite the ordeal indeed. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Burn Elgar, head steward of House Ancilla. Of course, since the house no longer exists, that means I now serve you. Do not misunderstand. I adore the Lord and Lady, but my first responsibility is to the fortress itself, to Sea-Watch.
I have to respect this guy.
Of course it is. Do you see anyone else of substance? Another soul deserving of such a prize? Surely not. Sea-Watch was the first of the Ancilla castles, and the finest. But without its staff, it is a lonely place. Its walls empty of the voices that once filled it. As your newest and only advisor, I suggest that we begin renovations. It'll be costly, mind you, but well worth the investment. Wonderful, my liege, wonderful. You will not regret it. The corridors of Sea-Watch will once again ring with merriment. That is, if there were people here to make merriment. If I might make another suggestion, it would be nice if you were able to convince the former staff to return. I would start with Connie, a rather quirky and elemental Fey alchemist who found a place in our...
I like Connie.
Gardener. Connie was unique, even among her own kind. The last we saw of the poor creature, she was being pursued by Bolgan, and I fear she was taken prisoner. Oh, Connie. Farewell.
Getting to Connie will actually get me another quest. Like, there is just a whole chain reaction. I believe I'll also get a Till's book by doing that. Probably an Ancilla doll in the process. First though, let's go back and turn in the blades and the seal. Just to get them out of my inventory.
I haven't slept since you left. My mind kept revisiting those last few moments with Hilaret. The tower fireplace. The kiss she left on my cheek. Almost like a bruise. You've revived my family, friend. These great artifacts will help to restore the Ancilla name in the Caelid Coast. I must find a worthy way to thank you. Take the verdant blades. You must. I do not wish to rule my new domain with fear and fire. The seal is enough. And so, a new age begins.
I would like to know what his reaction would be. Alright, I need to get to General Finn. You have an Ancilla doll on you. I can't get there yet. Is that like the last Caelid Coast Lore Stone? Yes, okay. And that means there probably isn't actually a fifth one in Cluricon. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is finish the Sea Watch quests. And all of this that I already have in my inventory. Then I'll go return to Foe's Hearth. Then I'll progress the House of Sorrows a bit. And then when I'm told to go to Damelrock, I'll pivot back into the main quest instead. I'll do Damelrock after I've already cleared it so that I can't lock myself out of the main quest. At least not there.
You there. You must help me. There isn't much time. I'm the last one. The others may still be alive. My name is Finn, General Finn of Telera's army. My men and I were part of a unit called the Ariod that pushed into Cluricon, clearing the way for the enlisted swords. We were securing the dungeons of Castle Ancilla when it happened. A band of Tuatha marched in and claimed the keep as a defensive position. We got caught in the middle. I tried to get us out, but we were surrounded, trapped. That fool Private Gottlieb shoved me down the refuse pipe. It's how I broke my leg. That's all I remember.
That private saved your life.
You're a brave soul. Warriors like you must have made the difference in Melsenshir. I wasn't there, but I heard it was quite the battle. The gates to Ancilla are chained and defended, but you can slip in undetected through the refuse pipe. You won't enjoy it, but it's a direct route. Find Private Gottlieb. I have a feeling he's the last one alive. I still hope, but I have no illusions about what you'll find. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. See you soon.
In I go. I kinda have to do the Lost Squad first. Cause this quest actually locks you in the castle. There's a few things I can do while I'm in here, but I can't leave until I actually finish this quest. Onwards! Ah. You... When did I swap? Apparently, I forgot to swap back to my normal, loadout. Or, not loadout. You are the most dangerous one here and need to die. The rest of you... There we go. Okay. Connie!
Greetings, mortal. What brings you to Ancilla? Torture? Imprisonment? Madness? I have been waiting many seasons for the return of my friend and master, Lord Ancilla. Do you know of his whereabouts? Is he well? Save Watch. Yes, that's what it was called. I enjoyed my tenure there. So many plants to talk to and mortals to observe. The Tuatha imprisoned us. The servants and advisors when they invaded 10 years ago. Most of the prisoners perished of starvation or disease, the poor souls. Would you be so kind as to locate the key to this dungeon door? Solitude in no way agrees with me. Goodbye.
Alright, I like Connie. She doesn't have a large role to play, but she is a pretty cool NPC. What is going on with this room? Hey now. You.
Who are you? And what brings you to this stale hell? Damn that man. I knew that shoving him down that pipe wouldn't be enough. So, you're here to rescue our sorry hides. Sounds like we've got our new orders. But we can't leave. Tigneri, the madman who lords over this castle, he will not back down when the Alfar come. He will stay, and he will take many lives. We must kill him now.
Jan, hello, how you doing?
The approaching army will fall prey to his soul-bind curse. Let's go.
I, did some more stuff.
Damn hole in the ground.
You wind up going through pretty much every, section of this castle at some point or another. I didn't get the best sleep. Well, mostly because I didn't get enough sleep. But I'll make do. How are you? Oh wait, you just said that you're doing well. Apologies, my brain is not operating at maximum capacity. Hey, this castle actually has a lot of quests tied to it when you stop and think about it. Let me just take the till book. I want the doll. Give me the doll. Fen, sweetie. Apologies for that. Yes, my brain is operating on minimal efficiency. My dog just puked, so I had to attend to that. He's laying down right now. I hope he feels better later. Why is the Chihuahua soundtrack not playing? Oh dear. This Tickneri really is not the best leader. If he's just sitting there and letting us kill everybody. And the Soulbind curse is why it winds up locking us in here. Alright, you.
You do good work. That's it then. Tickneri won't be marching all over the Alpha anymore, will he? Uh-oh. You don't look so well, my friend. I'm afraid Tickneri has gone and touched you with the spellbind. A little gift to remember him by. Not to worry. There's bound to be an antidote in the laboratory below. Come along, we shall find it. Chin up. Ready?
Save! And then down I go. Because I need to find... Oh, hang on. Yeah, the Enceladals wind up... You get different things for turning them in, depending on whether... Or at least different dialogue, depending on whether you open them or not. The key to Connie's cage should be on this path as well. Hi! Okay. And there's one more Enceladal, I believe. I'm just gonna sneak up on you. And maybe your deaf ass too. There we go. And the key should be in here. I'm probably going to walk just straight out the front door, so let's go release Connie now. This is me we're talking about. I'm just going to waltz out the front door when I go to leave. I'm not going to think to go back and release Connie. I believe I answered this. At the moment, I'm limited to just Twitch. I do, however, port my streams over to YouTube.
You are truly a mortal of my master's ilk. A generous soul like Lord Ancilla. I do not know where your fate takes you, but there is always a place for you as Sea Watch. That is where I go now, to prepare the fortress for his return. Be well. Farewell.
Now I go back over here. Has anything interesting happened recently, Jan? Oh, Finn, sweetie. He just went and hunkered down in a corner. Poor baby. Fen? Alright. And then I drink it, I believe. It's a consumable. Or is it? Is it an item? Apparently it's an item. Alright. Suppose that works. Up here. Left. And then right. Right out the front door. Because I can. We're gonna decimate these Tuatha. And then I'm heading back to Sea Watch. Wow. I guess you were dedicated. Alright, inventory, items. Open you. You're useless. You are pathetic, as are you. Were you made... Okay, that's actually not bad. Most of those look like they were made with, cloudy shards, though.
Hi there.
You.
You found the dolls? Wonderful! Just wait until my sister gets her eyes on them. They'll wipe the sneer right off her ugly face. So tell me, was there any truth to the old legend that there's something special about them, the dolls? Then the gems are yours, as compensation for your work. I am happy to keep the dolls, for they are a part of history. Thank you again. I cannot wait to tell my sister about how the hero of Melsenshire solved the mystery of Lady Ancilla's children.
And then I talk to you to finish off your quest.
It seems you caused quite a row in Castle Ancilla. I've been watching the Tuatha panic ever since you wriggled through that pipe. Well done. You have my eternal gratitude. Really. There are few who would have done what you did. It would have been an honor to fight beside you at Mel Senshir. Please, take this shield. It is the one thing I made sure they never took from me. That and my dignity. Good luck to you.
Cool. Unfortunately, it's going to get sold. Anywho, back to Sea-Watch. Because now that I've reacquired Connie, I should actually be able to sell stuff to her. Or not sell stuff, train at her. Because she's an alchemy trainer, and I believe she's actually the master alchemy trainer.
Thank you again for bringing me back to my garden. I'm doing my best to coax the buds back from their hiding places.
She is, in fact, the master. Haha. Alright, so level 40. If you make sure you go out of your way to get every single trainer possible, you can have maxed out skills, just completely maxed out, without being a universalist.
My word, Connie is back at Sea-Watch. Soon all our ears will be buzzing with her disjointed prattle. How I missed it. Do you like what I've managed to do in your absence? Removing the rubble was a chore, but everything is possible with patience. Our next best course of action is to pursue Sea-Watch's old healer, the soldier Aryan Odai. He's a brave soul, one who enlisted in the army soon after the war began. Farewell.
Off to go collect my healer. This game came out around the same time as Skyrim, so I think it's like 12, 13 years old, something like that. No, 12. It's 12. However, somewhat recently, like within the past couple of years, it was re-released for Switch and PS5. And more recently than that, they added this DLC over here. Mithros.
Well, I expected to see a lot of things out here in Caelid, but not the hero of Mel Senshir. What brings you this far south? I am Sergeant Odai, twice decorated officer and now civilian escort. I guess you could say that I'm really working my way up the chain of command. Sea-Watch? Are you trying to rebuild that old ruin? If you're serious about this, then I would leap at the chance to be involved. But I cannot just abandon my post, not with my men depending on me. If you can find a replacement for me, then perhaps I can come with you. Perhaps. There is a young Alfar by the name of Private Cornall in the camp south of here. I have watched him for some time, and he would make a fine officer. Goodbye.
Okay, I actually have to run past enemies here. Or I can fast travel to Castle Gestier. That works too. Yeah, this game got overshadowed at launch by Skyrim. And I think it got overshadowed so badly that the studio that first developed it actually went under as a result.
Hey.
But this is the game that got me into gaming. So I'm going back through and seeing if it still holds up years later.
Hey, what are you doing out here? Caelid Coast isn't a good place for a stroll. Not at all. Do I know you? You have that look. Familiar. I fought with Captain Gastier at Melsenshire. Maybe we spent a few skirmishes together. I can't remember everything that happened. Can you? And you are talking to me? The sergeant is a legend. Not just anyone can fill those boots, friend. I have fought in a number of campaigns, and without me, the unit would have surely been killed in Cursewood. Fine. If it is the wish of Sergeant Odai, then I will relieve him of command. I appreciate your vote of confidence. Sometimes one opinion can make all the difference.
You clearly thought high of yourself if that was a 95% success persuasion check. Just saying! And I believe the last thing I need to do for that is head back to Melsenshire proper.
To Cornwall? Then it's done. Good. Cornwall is a fine soldier. One of the few who knows how to hold on to honor when
Why are you roaring, Jan?
Under his command, these men here will be fine. Relief will be here soon. And with it, a fresh group of officers from Melsenshire. Come, it is time to head to Sea Watch. Goodbye.
There's only one more person to get for Sea Watch, if I'm remembering this correctly. And he should be in Melsenshire.
Let me be the first to tell you how pleased I am to see Arian Odai out and about. What a fine Alpha. There are few finer. Of course, I don't do bad work either, if I may say so. Did you see the improvements? Progress is being made all over the castle. Only one member of the staff remains to be found. Normally, I would not encourage his return, but we need a merchant. He is called Astor Colliane, and he is dreadful. Rumor has it that he's prowling the spoils at Melsenshire, the scruffy little scavenger. Goodbye.
The one member of the staff that this guy has no affection for. Which is fair enough, I suppose. Nobody likes Aster. I don't even think Aster likes Aster. Dreadful is something of an understatement.
I've got plenty of supplies if you back again.
You're behind me. Okay. Surprise, surprise! Aster is a gnome.
Hey there. Bad scene, isn't it? Real bloody. A massacre out there. Call me Aster. Aster Colliane. General merchant by trade. Not that there's much business going on around Melsenshire. This place is a morgue.
Then hire a necromancer.
Is this a jest? Sea Watch, that old ruin? Ha! You'd sooner find me picking loot off the dead. Actually, now that I think of it, that's not a bad idea. Let me consider your offer. At Sea Watch, I'd have private access to the sea and a protected perch. Fine, I will do it. But first, you must get something for me. Private Edstar possesses a prize that I desire. A dagger belonging to one of the Tuatha generals who fell in battle. It would fetch a fine price. Bring it to me. You can find Freedy in the tavern or around town. Worst soldier I've ever seen. She's in it for the loot. Then again, so am I. Later, then.
Anybody who has watched up until this point might remember the name Freedy Edstar. Considering I had to deliver to her a death notice of her brother a couple streams ago.
I know you. Ah, I see. Kill any Niskaru lords lately? Guess I'm supposed to buy you a drink now, aren't I?
I should save, actually.
You again? I don't owe you anything. It wasn't me up there with Talera. Sure did. I've refused 4 offers for it, broken the nose of a guy who tried to steal it, and turned down one proposal of marriage. That dagger's mine. Really? You think so? I never thought about that. I'm walking around Cluricon with a target on my chest. We all are after Melson Shear.
What is with my persuasion luck?
Maybe it's not worth the trouble. I'm so close to living through this war that the last thing I need is to die over a souvenir. Here, it's yours.
What is my luck with persuasion checks lately? Sometimes I fail the 95% and sometimes 30 is good enough odds. I've never had luck this random.
Ah, very good. Very good indeed. If you weren't so busy slaying Niskaru lords, you would probably make an adequate thief. I'd say stick to the slaying, though. I'll go back to Sea-Watch with you. But if that Burn Elgar starts to get on my nerves, I'm gone. That one is a wart on a Bolgan's ass.
Okay. I'll consider that your 2-week notice. Anyway, back to Burn. That concludes Sea-Watch's questline. Honestly, if it weren't so late into Cluricon, Sea-Watch would actually be a pretty decent hub. But this game gives you so many hubs. Goreheart serves as an adequate first hub. Then Canarok will sort of just hold you over all the way until you get to Arathel. You don't really need much of a hub in Arathel, and even if you did, Rathir has quite literally everything. Far as Datir goes, it's another one where you don't really need a hub, but even if you did, the keeps, the House of Valor, Whitestone and Edessa would serve well. Oh, no, you're fine. I was just questioning what the roar was about. Feel free to roar in the chat all you like. Don't be offended if I get curious. Wait, why can I dismantle you? Okay, then. Talk to Burn, and then pivot back into the main quest.
My liege, it is done. The last of the staff has returned, and Sea-Watch has been reborn. Might I say that I have lived a long time and attended to many of noble birth and honorable disposition, but none compares to you. None at all. The castle is yours to rule as you see fit, my liege. And as always, your humble staff is at your service.
This guy was just so lonely, would be my guess. That he sort of latched onto the first person who was willing to come in here and clear out the Bolgan. I do have to wonder what happens to all of the factions and whatnot at the end of this. Because the Travelers will be fine. So will the Warsworn. But every other faction we wind up part of in this game, we head up. And the canonical ending for this is that at some point or another we disappear. So what happens to the factions then?
Godfrey's voice has fallen silent in this land. The Dwarf are frightened and disorganized. They run back to Alabastra to make their final stand. We owe you much. Our eyes are opened and our blades unsheathed. Cluricon is won, but the House of Pride stands between us and the final goal. We are now free to press forward. And I can take you to an old friend who knows the next step. Yes, we will take you to his filthy tower on the island of Danistar. He hides within, and has not emerged in some time. I would like nothing more than to let him rot there. He knows of a way past the sentinel of the House of Pride, but there will be more danger on the path ahead. Take these blades to prepare for whatever troubles you will face at his tower or beyond. Far to the southwest, there is a darkened tree by the
Actually, I should go do the rest of this first, just to make sure.
walk the shadow to the gnome's tower.
Because I don't want to accidentally fuck up with the House of Sorrows.
Join in whatever business you have with the Collector of the Dead. We will meet again in the shadowed tree.
I'll get myself into Alabastra and then pivot back into House of Sorrows. I can't guarantee whether I'll finish House of Sorrows today, but I can get pretty damn close. I wasn't kidding when I said that Cluricon is pretty short. I think Detir took longer, and Detir was also extraordinarily short. I'm just running.
The Tuatha are on the run. Good work. Plus, it's much more pleasant here without Gadflow bellowing at me from all corners. But enough pleasantry. Are you prepared for your reunion with Ventrinio? Just make sure he lives long enough to get us into Alabastra. Once that's done, it's none of my business. I believe our new friend has a disturbing conflict.
It's not quite disturbing. Come on, Aelin.
This island smells like death. Stay behind me. Whatever that gnome's been up to, it looks like he's made a...
Well, yes, but these enemies do not like fire. Or anything, really. In we go. May as well grab this, I suppose, since it's right here. I'm not even worried about looting anything at this point.
Just as Hughes thought, Ventrinio used the same wards from their old lab. This'll be quick. Follow me and be careful. The lads are coming from somewhere in here.
The energy from the Well of Souls is overwhelming. Damn it! What's wrong? And why are there so many lads?
This is sort of a problem of your own making, my guy.
Sounds like our rat is caught in a trap. I'm sure he'd be happy to help whoever saves him.
I'm just gonna run.
Or we'll get trapped up there too. Here's where we part ways. I'll stop the lads at the stairwell. You get upstairs and retrieve Ventrinio. I'll hold this staircase. Move!
No point in pressing the lever. The lever just lets loose these Fargorta and possibly some Laz, which means that I've got more that goes or gets in my way.
Nonsense is this? If anything had come in here, my detection spells would have. Wait, who's down there? Show yourself. Damn it all! I don't care who you are. Get up here. Keep stabilizing the well.
This is quite literally a problem of this guy's own making. He's the one that went experimenting with corpses on the deserted island with no regard.
Get for using all those soldiers. I never should have let them keep their souls.
I forgot about that, actually. The fact that the game turned that part into a joke of its own. Though, yeah, you definitely should not have let them keep their swords. I'll be disarming that. Yeah, it's this way. Moving on. Really? Nice try. Where did you come from?
When you get up there,
Anyway.
try not to look directly into the well. It can be a little upsetting.
Like the rest of this tower isn't? You have flesh growing out of the walls.
Damn it! Hurry! Before the whole well starts to collapse.
Okay.
Took your time, gods damn it! Ever since the Balor was defeated, chaos magic sent the well off its alignment. You show up, and now the Laz are... Wait, what? It's you. You're alive. But I saw you die. I'm Ventrinia, of course. Don't you remember me? You were my assistant here at the Well of Souls. You were going to help me change the world. But of course, that was before you died. It was terrible. You were the best assistant I ever had. Who else could have helped me get into Alabastra? Who else had that ambition? We got more than enough Prismere, but you wanted to track down the power source, even if it meant sneaking right under Gadflow's nose. I spent days...
Canon Fateless One is kind of a schemer.
I expected to find you alive, or for you to return. Speaking of which, how did you return anyway? Of course you did. You went there to steal Prismere to power the well. You wanted to go after the source of the Prismere itself. You went off, geared for war, sneaking into Baal itself. You damned fool! I had a better chance of bringing you back from the dead than I had of changing your mind. I wasn't able to do either. What? That's impossible. You were attuned at this well. You've never even set foot in his lab. Ha! Hughes is a joke. He doesn't have the stomach for this work. Don't try waking the dead if you're not ready to make a few corpses, I say. But the well is coming down around us. Quick!
I mean, it was the truth.
And don't... Oh, damn it! Here they come. Hold them off. The Laz are here. Hold them off while I try to stop the flow of energy to the well.
Alright. Aren't you supposed to be trying to stop the flow of magic? Doesn't you helping me fight things sort of defeat that purpose? Kaboom! Thankfully, he's a protected NPC. This game outright will not let you fail the main quest.
There. Perfectly safe. I think.
And outside we go.
Salvage? All my work gone. Damn it all! But at least we're still alive. Once again, I triumph over death itself. Going back into Alabastra. Well, I still have a way in, but it's more dangerous now than the last time we went. I'll need more Prismere if I'm to rebuild the well. And I suppose I owe you something for saving my life. Perhaps this talisman can help you. It's a little something I salvaged from the debris. It might just help against whatever killed you the first time.
Cool.
We got in with a
We
little
go.
help, of course. See, it's all because of Callus Dren, the defender of pride. In his house, no one can stand before him. None can even approach, unless you have my little secret. One person might be able to, but not a whole army. Probably not even 2 people now that the Tuatha are gathering there. No, this is a strictly solitary solution. But first I'm going to have to dig it out of the rubble of the tower. Go to the field of Huber, and I'll meet you there. And if you value your new life, do not approach Dren. Get going.
And off we go. House of Pride. Or, well, this quest here will get us into Alabastra. I'm just hoping that the trigger resets. Yes. Our character, prior to the events of the game, died to... the big bad. And the game actually opens with us getting resurrected. We were resurrected as an experiment. And we are quite literally the only hope anyone has at ending this war. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. That'll get right around the Bolgan. Sort of. Oh, hang on a second. I got all the books. I need to return those. Okay. We're only sort of on a revenge mission here because, we don't remember anything about before we were resurrected. Thankfully, we have enough memories to function, but that's about it.
Run!
Did you hear that?
Okay. Nothing's broken. Good.
By the gods, it was horrible. He killed them all, and nothing could stop him. It was Dren, that freak who guards the House of Pride. He told us to leave, but we thought we could beat him. He's just one Fae, and not even a Tuatha, but nothing hurt him, and he slaughtered us all. The worst thing was, he seemed sorry to kill us. That's what we thought too. But if anyone can do it, it'd be you.
Damn it! I told them not to try anything until we arrived. This wouldn't be related to Aylin and her friend coming down that road, would it? If you or anyone else, I'd try to stop you. As it is, I'll just wish you good luck. This can't end here.
Yeah, if that lady talks to you and you are an Agarth isn't standing right there, you've broken the main quest and can no longer beat the game. So do not go past Sea-Watch until you hit this point in the main quest. Just outright do not.
You feel the glare of a silver raptor, a furrowed brow, eyes that...
You haven't tried approaching, have you? No, of course you haven't. You're still alive. This took a little longer to find than I had hoped, but it should be exactly what you need. Dren had a twin in the Summer Court, Dith the Defender of Valor. They were both entirely immune to each other's power. She faded when the House of Valor fell, but my early experiments with the Well of Souls provided a quite useful little surprise. You see, when trying to draw life energy from the ether, I captured her essence and bound it into this charm. With this, you will be immune to Dren's power. Now be fair. Fae don't have souls as mortals do. They are a form of magic with a physical form. And I only got a little of it anyway.
Everything is a form of magic given physical, or is magic given physical form.
It only works for one person, but it will be enough for you to reach him. Trouble is, he'll be immune to your power as well. But I'm sure you can think of something. You haven't tried going in. This took a little longer to find than a drench with this. Now, the trouble is, now, go show them.
Don't know why it decided to repeat, but okay. Alright. Dren. Hello, my guy. There is another Stone of Winter here. Hold on.
Turn back or die.
Okay, guess we do that after this.
Then you shall die like the others before you. I made an oath to protect my house and my homeland. No power short of death can keep me from fulfilling my duties.
Yeah.
I know your intentions are to free my people from the Tuatha. You seem an honorable sort. You even bear the blessing of my sister. But I have sworn an oath to defend my house and homeland. I cannot let you in without a fight, and you cannot win against me. If only things could be different. If only the Tuatha were gone and my sister was back.
And he was not alone. Like the weave unraveling, the Tuatha now tainted the purity of Mathon's court. These
Not me just collecting a lore stone in the middle of combat.
Were no longer the solemn Fae of the East. Their essence is twisted into a...
Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister and I were chosen to protect our kind. So long as our houses stood, the Fae would never pass from this world. I in pride, and she in valor. We never imagined that our houses could crumble beneath our feet. Mortals led to the collapse of my sister's house, but with Gadflow's help, they shall not have mine. He may taint pride with his Prismere and his obscene god, but it will keep us eternal.
He's actually not afraid. He stopped and talked to me because I have something on me that makes him literally unable to harm me, However, I myself am unable to harm him as well.
I cannot yield. But if your true intent is to stop Gadflow, then perhaps there is a way my house and my honor could remain pure. If you would promise to spare the House of Pride, then we could put aside our powers and have an honest battle. Win, and your army may pass. I thank you. Destroy the Tuatha in my house and the hateful witch knight Myrna. Then we can be free. Now release my sister's essence, and I shall relent my own powers. Let us face each other as equals, and see who is truly worthy of victory.
I don't exactly need his sister's powers in order to completely rock his shit. Sorry, Dren. There we go. I mean, he's not going to regret anything anymore.
How you did it! You actually beat him. Yes, I.
What do you mean, actually? Bitch?
A promise is a promise, and the Witch Knights of Pride would be powerful allies to have on our side. I'll send a few soldiers along to help. Meanwhile, I'll get the other troops ready to move into Alabastra once that gate opens. Get that gate open.
Anyway. Yeah, this game lets you get completely overpowered once you understand the mechanics. I'm level capped right now. Until I beat the main quest of the game, I can no longer go up any levels. But I have a 68 sorcery and 55 finesse split. Which is hands down the highest damage dealing class in the game. Because with this, or with finesse and sorcery hybrid, it is outright. Well, not outright. You can do literally every kind of damage in the game. Which allows you to capitalize on any weakness you find. Your barrier doesn't protect you from the lightning storm? Oh ho ho! Yes, my equipment does not help matters, actually. Give me a second and I'll show ya. So, my weapons do 192 and 248 damage respectively. I have a bunch of damage boosts from my, equipment. And then I get a universal 64% damage boost just from my 2 rings and necklace. And I know I said this before, but I'm actually playing this on the highest difficulty. So this amount of damage is even with enemies' health bars being really juiced up. This game lets you get so overpowered, it is ridiculous. But see, difficulty very hard. Hello, you.
Parley in honor. If you would be so kind as to have a word with us. No. We are merely a representative of the few untainted pride remaining. We are most honored by your intention to free our house. Thus our meeting here. Simply carry forth and destroy Witch Knight Myrna, who has so commandeered our house. And her dreadful Prismere Chantry, of course. We are sure you'll have no problem finding her, or defeating her. We eagerly anticipate your success.
So I'm a Shadowcaster, which is the combination of finesse and sorcery. Which, as a Shadowcaster, these are the bonuses I get. Which are nice. Like, every single one of these is actually really good. Pure Might would get you this. Which isn't bad. Pure Finesse would get you this. Also not bad. All of these highest tier ones are actually incredibly dangerous. I have played around with Archmage in the past, and that was fun. I think Champion is honestly the least impressive of these. Like, Champion or Blade Master. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that either Champion or Blade Master would be the, pardon, least impressive destinies. Yeah, no, you don't get respect. Dren, despite how quickly I took him out, at least got respect. You don't. Hi. Nice try. You don't get to put that barrier up. Hey, Gadflow! Nice to see ya.
Well done, child of dust. You've killed the immortal defender and liberated a house full of arrogant backstabbers. I should thank you for exposing the disloyal amongst my kin. But then, I have so much to thank you for. Pride? Their betrayal was inevitable. But soon you faced the House of Vengeance, and their loyalty to Tiernok is absolute. Pure. Instinct. The goddess of mercy awakens. And with every step you take into my homeland, she comes that much closer to walking our world and purging your kind. So, welcome to Alabastra. It shall be the death of you once more.
Gadflow is such slime. Oh, right. I need to talk to the knave. Hey, don't look away from me!
have seen our champion bested, our advantage lost. Our minds are cleared. Bravo to you, champion. House of Pride in our inevitable
no. Gadflow is not the one that killed us.
to accept our immediate surrender.
Our character, and this is kind of a spoiler, kind of not, died directly to his god, the goddess of mercy, Tyrnok. And that's a good portion of the reason we were able to come back to life, and the reason we're able to just completely obliterate fate.
Your army is welcome here. We trust our benevolence will be well remembered, should Gadflow be dethroned. We thank you kindly, and our mages have already been assisting your army in their march into Alabastra. We trust you do not object. Most excellently spoken. You have the commanding presence of a young Aegon, who once also bore the pleasure of our august company. Allow us to welcome you to Alabastra. We trust your visit will be eventful.
Haha. That card I just got, the Unstoppable Force, is also a permanent buff. You get permanent buffs for completing whole quest lines or fragments of the main quest. Some you just find. But those are the Twists of Fate are permanent buffs. Lore stones, if you find the entire set, also give you permanent buffs. So those are always worth going for. Head into Alabastra and then go back to the House of Sorrows. I held off on the House of Sorrows because part of the House of Sorrows questline takes you to Sincere, which would trigger that lady to run up to you. And would lock you out of Alabastra forever. Because if she runs up to you before Agarth is standing there, Agarth won't talk to you. And because he won't talk to you, you can't trigger Ventrinio showing up. And because you can't trigger Ventrinio showing up, you can't get into Alabastra.
The House of Pride opened its gates and welcomed us as honorary champions. They say it's simple hospitality, but I suspect we have you to thank. Now is
I just want the fast travel points!
Pluricon. Even push a little into Alabastra, but we don't have the forces to mount a siege on Gadflow.
Don't need an army.
Where armies have been fated to fail, you have the chance to succeed. But you won't be alone. The army will secure a base at the mouth to Alabastra. Meanwhile, the five of us will split up and infiltrate quick and quiet as we can. Meet at the House of Vengeance, on Gadflow's doorstep. From there, we strike at Baal, the heart of his empire.
Get the fast travel points. There we go. And now I can complete the House of Sorrows with no, or without fear of completely breaking my save file. However, I think after I talk to Bizarin, I'm going to call it for today because I have to make lunch.
You have finally returned. Much has happened since you were away. The house has been sundered, not by Tuatha, but by ourselves. The house has rebelled. The other members of the house have marched against the Tuatha. I'm afraid they may have attacked Bizarin. I do not think he is dead, but we must see to him. Sartanen is watching us. I can sense it. If Bizarin is left undefended, he can be difficult to understand. But he is the house's king. Without him, there would be no House of Sorrows. I I will shadow step into the house to help if he's harmed, but I'm afraid you will have to take the longer route. Go through the proving halls, but be warned, Bolgan roam those corridors now. Saturnin has already started moving to crushes. Farewell.
Alright, proving halls. Go through here. I think you can actually wind up, if you're not careful, locking yourself out of the House of Sorrows questline by getting rid of this. So whatever you do, do not get rid of the Heartstone. I want to know why the Bolgan all only have one eye. Oh, oh dear. This is going to be interesting. I'm just gonna run through. Thankfully, I don't have to come back to proving halls later. This is the only time. I tried looking this up, and apparently it's a thing that'll happen occasionally when you play for several hours at a time, like I do. You'll just occasionally see the void. It's a glitch specific to Re-Reckoning, because I never had this issue with the original. Thankfully, I was able to just completely run through that. Anyway, Bizarrain.
Speak. You have arrived as Tybri said you would. It is good that you were able to get through the proving halls unscathed. But there are greater events at work here. The house may have breathed its last. The rebels have begun a march of folly to make war on the Tuatha. As they said, they are rallying at a fortress called the Fallen Hall. I sought to stay them. They ignored me. I sought to warn them. They paid no heed. For them, the war started when I became the King of Sorrows. And now, my reign ends. Saturnin wants this, mortal. Without leadership, the rebels will be easily picked off. And so it falls to you and Tybri to save them. No, I will not have every last member of my house blundering to their death like a fool. Unlike Fae, mortals cannot be reborn. You will get your wish in part. Saturnin will have to reveal himself in some form to attack the rebels. Confronting him is your top, your only priority. I have instructed Tybri to assist you as best she can, but she is not as suited to this work as you, mortal. Look after her.
Alright. And I'm going to call it there because I have to go make lunch. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, I do have a YouTube channel. You can check that out if you're interested. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group them and runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to Instagram now. If you're interested in seeing my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, TikTok, and, when it lets me, Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now. tomorrow I'm going to be going back to Code Vein. I still haven't decided what I want to do. I'll have to do some research in a bit here. Thursday, I'll be playing Hollow Knight Silksong, and I'm actually going to double up and do a longer stream. Reason being, I'm going rock hounding on Saturday, and our appointment at the spot that we booked for rock hounding means that I'm gonna have to get up at like 6 a.m. just to get there. Or, well, leave the house at 6 a.m., so I'm probably gonna have to get up at like 4. Meaning that my sleep schedule this weekend is going to be absolutely fucked. As a result, I'd rather double up my stream on Thursday than have to try and stream Friday and potentially deal with anything on Saturday, or have to try and work around me trying to write my sleep schedule on Sunday. So Thursday, Hollow Knight Silksong, we'll be doing at the very least a 6-hour stream. Monday, I'll be finishing the House of Sorrows. I don't have much left, and I'll be heading into Alabastra. There is a possibility that I might wind up finishing the base game on Monday. If not Monday, definitely Tuesday. If on Thursday we are still at 100 followers, well, this Thursday, then next Thursday I'll be doing a stream of Genshin Impact. And anybody who wants to see me do challenges there, hold on to your points, because you'll be able to redeem your points for requesting challenges that I have to attempt on Genshin. There will, of course, be restrictions, but more on that when it actually comes about. The last week of October, I will be doing Chalice Week, where I go through Bloodborne's Chalice dungeons, and anybody who wants to co-op is welcome to. I already have the password out on Instagram, and I did post it once on Twitch. I'll post it a few more times, and leading up to Chalice Week, I'm definitely going to be reposting it like every day or something like that. But that's the general plan. After I finish Alabastra, I'll be starting Mithros. I genuinely don't know how long Mithros is going to take. I'm thinking it might take me 5 or 6 streams, but I could be wrong about that. So after Amalur, I'm going to be doing Dark Souls 3 NPC Roulette. It's a twist on cosplay builds, because I'll be swapping which NPC I cosplay as before I beat every boss. I'm not gonna make myself just discard everything I have immediately afterwards, because there's a few situations where that will screw me. But that's what's planned for the next run, after this. One moment. Piku's playing Dark Souls 3, so let's go say hi to her. She does have redeems in her point, or allow you to redeem points to mess with her, so make sure to pick something extremely disruptive. I'm a gremlin, I have to recommend that. But that said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.